We got the Mikes. We got the Adams. We got the Rusties. Okay, this is kind of a dark topic. All right, hey, Splayed episode 22, man.
Wow.
Splayed episode 22, man. We got to bring that energy. Got to bring it.
We're 22.
Yeah, it's boring, man. Like 21 was a party, man. 21 was a party on the streets.
22 is just, we're there.
So 22 we were crazy. Here's the thing, dude. I think people do get I want to swear, but I'm not ready yet. You know, like
I have to be ready.
Yeah, I have to be ready for it. I think people do. They get they get crazy, man, as they get older. I got crazier when I got older. Did you get crazier?
I got less crazy.
I think you did. You got more sane.
Yeah.
You know, like you're really lucid now. When you were younger, you were batshit crazy.
I was just a slacker, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of a slacker, but not.
Well, we all are, dude. But I got like legit crazy. Sorry, people, but this is Crazy Radio 101. Dude, here's the thing, dude. The problem with radio is there's a lot of people who legitimately are crazy, and they have a following, man. They have a following, dude. What's fucking crazy is what you can do with the radio. Spoken word is such a charmer.
Yeah.
You know, it's so no, but it's super powerful, man. You get these people like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Who can you know, like honestly, I guarantee you, like if you take Alex Jones, like he could make people freaking like do whatever they want. What he like if he takes them into a retreat, or something. You know what I mean? And like he's compelling enough, and people listen to him enough.
And they start following him.
We talked about mind control on an earlier episode. We talked about this idea that if you repeat something often enough, right? And you also isolate someone so that if you control the environment, you can do mind control. You can brainwash people. It's a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
That is actually happening.
You know, like you're saying, Alex Jones has a good size following, and he can get people to do anything if he offers them like a free caveman supplement, you know?
Exactly. A cave. Well, that's the thing is, I mean, that's really sort of, that's the evidence of it right there. I mean, that's an example of, this caveman supplement. I'd imagine a bunch of the stuff that he's like
peddling,
he doesn't like or doesn't even necessarily support, but people will buy it.
Yeah.
Alex
Jones said I should, so I'm going to do that, and it's like, oh, this may actually hurt me.
Something about someone you respect and someone who's very compelling in the way that they speak, and then listening to them exclusively.
Yeah.
So here's one thing I want to make a promise to our viewers. You know what I mean? That I will always try to brainwash you. And so what I want you to do, guys, is listen to other podcasts too. You know what I'm talking about?
And just talk about us.
Yeah, just talk about us. No, yeah, just but only podcasts that agree with what we're saying. We want you to hear the same message. You know what I mean? We don't want you to get out, because we don't trust you. We don't trust you, sons of bitches. You got to listen to stuff that's going to make you do good things.
Only the good.
Only the good things. Here's the problem with thought leaders. You know what I'm talking about? Like any kind of thought leader is that what happens if they snap?
Then it doesn't matter what, they're going to lead anyone they can because they don't want to die alone.
They don't want to die alone, man.
Yeah.
They don't want to die alone. So, today's topic, by the way, if you haven't picked up on it, is cults. Okay, all right.
Well, it's actually reissuing mind control and cults again.
Yeah, it's a little bit on both topics. Yeah, we're gonna because I mean they're really the same thing.
Yeah.
We talked about mind control. It's the same thing. So cults, man. One of the biggest like loss of civilian life up until 9/11, the biggest loss of civilian life in like a single event, I think. If I heard this right, is the Jonestown
Jim Jones,
massacre. All right, so this guy was on radio. They let this guy go on radio, which I mean, I guess
he was a preacher before,
Oh, he was a preacher. I didn't even. So I didn't know that.
He had his own congregation, and he was just preaching, the normal stuff. And then one day he's like, you know what? I can do this myself.
Snapped, right?
Yeah, he's just like
snapped. But by this point, he's already got a following. He's got people listening to him daily. And here's the important part: exclusively. Like they're not consulting other sources of information, right? They're tuned into him, and that's what they're listening to. You know what I mean? And that's when it gets scary. So continue.
I mean, it's just like he's like, We're being persecuted in our own houses. The government's always cracking down on us. We don't want to be this anymore. So he picked up his whole congregation and moved them to Guyana.
Where is that, by the way?
It's like South America? Yeah.
No way.
So he moved the whole...
To South America.
Everyone to a little compound in Guyana.
What the hell? Are you serious?
Yeah. And he would have them do like work and build the structures and the houses.
Right. This is like Mormonism type, like same story.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're getting persecuted.
Yeah. Like New York.
Right.
And they're like, hey, we can't be here anymore. Let's move out west.
Right.
And they come out here and they're like,
and they isolate themselves from the rest of the world,
this
right?
is
Because
the
the rest
place.
of the world must be crazy. Right?
Oh yeah, everyone else is going to die.
Everyone else is nuts. We're us few 100 or 200 people. We're sane.
That's the thing.
Everyone else is nuts.
You got like 3 choices. You can either say, I talk to Jesus or God. The apocalypse is coming. I'm your only hope. Or I'm just so damn good. I'm going to take you everyone with me.
Yeah.
Those are your 3 cult leaders.
Well, here is what happened. What's interesting with like the Mormon church, right? Is it's like they brought everyone out here. They isolated them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But somehow it I want to say normalized. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. That's not the word I'm looking for.
It prolificated throughout this, culture. That was their culture.
It got big enough that the inbreeding kind of went away, and then it became sort of
the norm.
They remelded with society. You know what I mean? Basically, to a degree.
It's because they share a lot of the same structures as Christianity. Christianity had a foothold all over.
I'm sure so did this Jones guy, right? Was his derived from Christianity or no?
It was, but his was more of...
I'm going to look this up on the fly. Keep talking.
His was like political, We're being persecuted by the statesmen. We're being persecuted by the government.
I mean, it sounded like, yeah.
So we go to Guyana, right?
They are, yeah. Let's see. And the disciples of Christ was ordained. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was Christian-based, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But what, they were happy, well, they were living in Guyana, right?
Right.
But they were super paranoid about anyone coming and going. And then a congressman is like, I want to go check up on these U.S. citizens.
Okay.
So he flew down there and they welcomed him. They were all happy. They were all, putting on a show.
They're the guy that went down there to investigate.
Yeah, the congressman.
Okay.
So, he's like, well, I've seen enough. They seemed pretty happy. I'm just going to go ahead and go. And as he was getting on his plane, Jim Jones sent out 3 assassins and they shot him and his aides while they're getting on the airplane. And back at the compound,
I didn't even hear about that. Are you for real?
Yeah.
This isn't like I don't see this.
You haven't
seen that happened?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
we may have to airstrip shootings.
Yep.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is.
What the hell?
So he killed the congressman and his aides while they're getting on the airplane. Back at Jonestown, though, that's what they called it.
Yeah.
He was so freaked out that he had everyone get big bats of Kool-Aid and start pouring cyanide, chemicals, everything. And he was just sitting there on his chair on the loudspeaker saying, come on, children, we got to get in. We got to go. They're going to come and take us. Come on. And he's wearing a pair of navigators and he's having everyone poison themselves.
What the fuck?
There's only like a handful of survivors that hid while he was doing this.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What's effed up, dude, is these weren't just like adults, man. These were
women,
families.
children, whole families.
That's ridiculous, man.
And he had such influence over the families that he was telling the parents, give the children this Kool-Aid, kill them because the congressman's going to do 10 times worse to us.
That's what's crazy about brainwashing, man. You get isolated like that.
Mm-hmm.
You get isolated. Be concerned of anything that you're listening to where they don't want you to listen to anything else. That's like just survival 101 here, okay?
Yeah.
Like whether it's an abusive husband, you know what I mean, and they may not be abusive yet. That's the whole point.
Mental
right?
abuse and physical abuse
Physical
are two
abuse,
different things.
Yeah. But anytime someone is trying to like move you out to a remote location or limit what you can watch, right? Like that's a red flag. Well, they're trying to control your environment. Russia, by the way, I've just heard is they're walling off their internet, right? Supposedly to protect themselves,
of course,
right, in case of a threat. But let's be honest, right? they're going to have the ability to control what information gets into their network. Well, they're going to try.
Yeah, that says you're controlling information to get to your people.
The only reason why you would want to control information is to control people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So just keep that in mind. Like, you got to watch out for that. You know what I mean? If someone's trying to isolate you, red flag. You know what I mean? Like,
we're not going to do that, but
get out of there. You know what I mean?
But coming up, children of Splayed will be coming up. We start our own cult.
Yeah. But this is how we lead you in, right? We bait you,
Well, you can trust us.
You can trust us, though.
Wink.
Yes. Think about it, though, man. Like, if all you hear, right, is that, like, the letter X is a rabbit, then you eat your fucking math homework. You know what I'm talking about?
Because you have to.
Because you have to. Because X is a rabbit. You know what I mean? That's the thing is, no matter what you hear, dude, if you... By the way, Facebook.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's a cult leader.
He is a cult leader. Seriously, though.
He's a robot.
It's the modern day... it's the modern day ham radio. It's the modern day... You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's replaced... Social media has replaced, how we get information from the television.
How do we solve this problem?
It's being open to all sources of information, but not being so cut off to where, it's telling what you believe is true, and then telling the false stuff. It's like, oh, I get all this information. This stuff is false. This stuff is what I like.
The problem is that brainwashing happens with repetition.
Yeah.
And environment control. And Facebook and Google, YouTube... But all these companies are to blame. They've developed these great money-making algorithms, which are designed to give you content that you like, that you're familiar with, that you're accustomed to, that you're acclimated to, that you're comfortable with, right? Even if it's bad, scary, you know what I mean? The thing is if you're acclimated to that, that's comfortable, that's normal to you. You know what I mean?
Becomes every day.
Then that's you seek it out and you watch that. And the problem with these algorithms is they are brainwashing machines because they take something that you like and they reinforce the fuck out of it. You know what I'm talking about? And it's a deep underlying structural problem. Like Zuckerberg keeps going and testifying before Congress. There's nothing he can do about it because the entire fundamental core business structure upon which his organization is built
isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, what?
I mean, he's just like, I have no control over it. It's like Skynet, he's like, I flipped the switch.
Yeah, I flipped the way he can't do anything about it. Like, 'cause it's the fundamental business model on top of which he's built is to target people with content that they like.
His thing is all about, his power horse is information. Your information is his lifeblood.
Yes.
So once it comes to it, and then when, there's no way you're going to get every single person to say no more Facebook unless you just go up and destroy his company, right?
Yeah, you're not going to do it. And the problem is it's not just Facebook. It's YouTube. It's Twitter. It's everything.
Yeah. When are we going to get to a point where the U.S. government just says, I declare war on this corporation, right?
Yeah, right.
And then the corporation has to hire out like a private army, Blackwater.
Yeah.
That's going to come soon,
Maybe.
I mean, think about that.
Privatized. I was watching Iron Man. He's like, I've successfully privatized world peace. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing. Like, that's dangerous. That is some dangerous shit right there. Here's the thing is Facebook's, on the other hand, is an incredible tool. I want to use Facebook to promote this show, right? I want to use Facebook to reach followers. But the problem is like, I don't know, man. Can you have that and not have the bad that comes with it?
Well, they're always going to put their, different advertisements along with yours, Oh, you like Splayed? Here's this other podcast that's like, nothing to do with us, It's like, oh, here's one about...
That's what I wish. I wish that they would like... I don't know, but... If they could somehow tie you down and force you to watch other shit along with the shit that you like. Because that's the problem is even... It's like they can't fix it because if they try to like weave in contradictory opinions, you'll just tune out because you don't want to watch that. You don't want to watch someone who disagrees with you.
Well, they don't want to change your mind. They just want you to keep watching. It's not about keeping you, getting you new opinions. It's about keeping the status quo.
Right.
So as long as they keep that, then it's like they don't have to worry.
Dude, another interesting thought on cults that I had, it was all my idea.
All yours.
MLMs, dude. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about this. I have a friend who was in an MLM, right? And if you're in an MLM, if you're like an MLM like owner, you know what I mean?
You might have to explain that.
You know what I mean? No, here's the thing, dude.
MLM.
Yeah. Oh, multi-level marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was talking about how they are very cult-like.
I thought
in the way they market.
I thought for a minute you said M&M, so I was like, how are M&Ms a
if
cult?
you're an M&M owner, fuck you, no.
All these red and blue ones, and they're just going to get together with the brown.
Yeah.
So
multi-level pyramid scheme. Can we just say pyramid scheme?
Yes, that works.
Okay, yeah. If you're in a pyramid scheme,
I know that one.
A legal pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing, right? Mm-hmm. So here's the problem with these is they definitely have these sort of cult-like mentalities. You know, first of all, my friend was saying that they would like encourage, like they would say, like if someone's like speaking out against this business model, you know, you should avoid them.
You flame them.
Flame them? What is that? Is that like an actual?
It's a term. So, okay, you know that website Kotaku?
Maybe.
They're like a gaming website.
Okay.
They also run Gawker and some other.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So they have like a cult mentality too. If anyone talks bad about them, they get together and they all get on the message boards and they're like, no, we're we're Kotaku, right. We're the best. So it's the same with multi-level marketing where you're like, oh, you're talking bad about my super juice.
Yeah,
I'm going to burn your house down. You're like, wait, what? Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but here's the thing: is I mean, maybe. It's legit. But here's the thing, dude: is they're naturally isolating. Because here's the problem: is if you're selling to your family and friends, which they do encourage you to do. If you're constantly selling to like family and friends, the problem is it starts to burn those relationships. It starts to stray. If every time I hang out with you, you're selling me something.
Yeah, you're not going to like me.
No. I'm sorry, but that completely fucks the nature of our relationship. You know what I mean? Like we're no longer this organic friendship. Like it's not natural anymore. It becomes fake. You know what I mean? It becomes, and so it will strain your family relationships, which naturally isolates you. Now, there's a world of other problems with MLMs, specifically risk inversion. Risk inversion is a big problem with MLMs. The problem with MLMs is that the people at the bottom, the lowest paid people in the pyramid, are taking on
the highest risk.
In most companies, what happens is that the people at the bottom are getting a steady paycheck no matter whether the business is profitable or not, which means they're taking zero risk in exchange for lower pay. Right? Very low pay, frankly. Let's be honest. Extremely low pay, right? Minimum wage is not really a survivable wage nowadays. You know what I mean? So you're getting really low pay, but it's guaranteed, right? As long as the company can fund you, they're going to get you money, even if they're not making money, right? So if they're in the red, doesn't matter, you're getting a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So whereas the owner of the business, right, he doesn't see a dime. He doesn't see a dime unless there's a profit. Yeah. Right. So he's taking all the risk, but in exchange, he gets a very fat margin if he does well. Right. Yeah. And that's the whole point of how our economy works.
Or if the sellers are doing well.
Yeah. The more risk you take, the more reward you should get. MLMs invert that. You know what I mean? So that the people who are taking all the risk
are the lowest.
If they do make sales, they're getting it pennies. You know what I mean? It's not until their organization is huge, you know what I mean, that they realize any profit. You know what I mean? At that point, again, though, they've shifted a lot of that risk down to the people who are out there, you know, on the streets, peddling to their family. You know what I mean?
Family, friends, and then the ones that go outside their family, they're still ruining their own reputation going out and selling this. They may be like a trusted companion, you know, not even someone they worked with, you know?
Right.
And they're like, hey, I'm selling this knife set now for no reason.
Right. Yeah, dude. I had one guy stop me in a coffee shop. You know what I mean? And I thought, oh, this guy's a chill guy. We started talking about businesses. I was talking about how I want to start a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a legit business. You know what I mean? And then, of course, like within like You know, and he was slippery, dude. This dude was slippery. It took about 20, 30 minutes, you know what I mean?
To get around him.
To get it to, well, and I couldn't get away from him. And he just kept talking. And then he slips it in. He slips in the, oh, by the way, you know, like, do you want to be successful? You want to start your own business? You know what I mean? And he starts talking about an MLM. You know what I mean? I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the exact pitch. It's been like 3 or 4 years at this point. But
point is, I killed him.
Point is, Point is, I gave him some Kool-Aid. I laced it with cyanide, and now it's not a problem anymore. You know
I just walked out of that business.
I joined. I made sure everyone drank some Kool-Aid.
Yep.
And
See,
then I left.
You could be the anti multi-level marketing guy.
Yeah, like a poison pill. You know what I mean? That
you come in and you ruin the business. I mean,
Right.
you just take it down.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Leaking company secrets. You know, you're just
yeah. They will come after you. There will be legal repercussions.
And then you change your name.
I think MLM should be illegal. I think they should be illegal because it goes against the entire risk reward model that our economy is built on. Like, it's not something we should support. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. So other cults, man. Waco siege. Talk to me about the Waco. I don't know anything about this Waco siege.
Okay.
Did you know anything about it?
I know David Koresh,
Right.
Waco cult leader. They were interesting because they were all about weapon. You know, like they had a ton of weaponry.
Yeah.
And the FDA came in. They're like, you can't have this. But then they barred themselves in their little compound.
So they were just accumulating weaponry. Were they doing anything? Were they? It looks like it is related to religion. He was claiming that
he could talk to God.
Something about that, yeah. Known as, let's see, the branch or so they were a religious group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wonder if they're like Heaven's Gate. They're
Heaven's Gate was another. Did you know anything about Heaven's Gate?
Yeah. So they were all about space aliens. You know, that the comet was going to come.
Oh, is that those guys?
Yeah.
How many of them were in that?
They're still around. The cult's still around.
Are you serious?
Yeah. The ones that didn't kill themselves when the comet came, Halley's Comet, they live in like Texas and they operate the website and it's still active today.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, they still.
The people died.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed alive.
And they said, so the ones that were still alive, they were told, you guys got to spread our message some more because there's going to be another comet coming, you know? So there's people who are still active in that cult.
Were they instructed to stay behind and
Yes.
do this? So it wasn't like the ones from Jamestown that hid. Right?
No. The Jonestown was
Jonestown.
just, yeah.
I keep saying Jamestown.
Well, Jim Jones.
Jamestown. Did you see the episode of with Jamestown? Did you see that?
James?
And what's the TV show? The awesome TV show.
The awesome TV.
It's not Firefly.
I
Jamestown. You didn't see the Jamestown episode?
I didn't.
Oh, you gotta watch that,
I gotta
man. Have you ever seen the Firefly series?
I haven't. I want to, but
What the fuck is wrong with you? No, seriously, you haven't seen Firefly?
no, I have not. I got to.
Okay, we gotta indoctrinate you, man.
See?
That's messed up.
Come to my sermon once.
Come to my sermon. We'll talk to you about Firefly.
There. Okay, like, you brought up Scientology a couple
Right.
times.
Oh, Scientology.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful talking about that one. Those guys will come after you.
They'll get you a clear session.
They'll get you a clear session. Yeah, we'll skip over Scientology. You guys can look them up somewhere else. Which is effed up, right? I mean, it's effed up that like you have to be aware, kind of weary about like what you say because some of these groups, man, they're fucking McNuts.
McNuts.
Okay. So guys. It's been a dark episode today. Cultists,
They're-
Facebook, Rick James.
He's a cult leader.
I don't know. Welcome to Splayed, your cult for the week.
Your cult for your daily cultness.
Your daily cult. drink
apple juice.
apple juice.
As much as you can.
Apple juice has arsenic in it. I don't know.
Just drink enough.
Just,
One or two.
One or two. Stay healthy, guys. Have a chill ass week. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Welcome to Splayed, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
evening, day.
Evening, day, whatever time you're
breakfast.
picking this up. Splayed.
Splayed.
Display it loud.
And proud.
Proud. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We'll be back later.
We'll be back.
To be continued.
To be continued.